Welcome to Humanity Unboxed with me, Michaell, and Michaell Magrutsche in the sunny Laguna Beach. Michaell, here we are again. It's a Monday. We're both alive.
Yeah.
We're both not
Yes.
very impressed with systems in general.
Especially outdated systems. If it's
Well,
alive,
all systems are outdated. As soon as you drive the car out of
exactly.
the
Lot.
showroom, it is got wear and tear. It's outdated.
Exactly.
The system is outdated.
Yeah.
So how do we not get caught up? I did mention just before we came on live, you wrote a beautiful post, thank you very much, on social media around our last conversation when I was really still very high off my visit to South Africa.
Yeah.
And just talking about all the good things, which I also want to say there definitely isn't just all the good things in South Africa. It's a country that really struggles. There is racism, lots of racism, especially in the government. There are all kinds of things that goes on there.
Racism is systemic. It's system relevant.
It is.
It's not human-centric.
But humans in systems use it to have power and control.
Yeah, segregate people. Caesar.
Because as soon
divide and conquer.
Exactly. So as soon as you can do that, we have it's not my politician or anyone that I know, but there's a politician in South Africa that chants for the death of other people. Kill the boer, kill the farmer is a slogan that they use in big stadiums, and everybody sings it, and it's deemed to be okay, which it definitely isn't.
It's okay. We have 58 wars. To kill a human, the spirit of a human, to kill somebody, is not as worthy as the money. Money is more worse than the spirit of human, and it can never. Money.
Yeah, not in my world.
No.
It's my world.
Yeah, it's also against the energy of money. That's why money cannot be. Money is an exchange that you create something and we can exchange goods. Money is not an exchange of spirit, that it's more important than a human.
No, never. But this is also why we sit with a lot of creative people or people that are against that form of selling their souls, that have issues with accepting money, with charging money, with creating things that has money attached to them. There's so many issues around it that actually
we dirtied money. We dirtied money.
I
thank you for reminding me. We dirtied love. We use language to divide and conquer too. We dirtied money. We dirtied love. We dirtied empathy. You just heard Elon say, empathy is a power. It's a power. It's weaponized. Because it's systemic. And what we keep saying for a year almost, we say it's a reversed engine. You can't do a feeling reversed engineer systemically. A religion cannot tell you what love is. A God shows you, Buddha, they show you what love is. But there is no program to say, okay, now we looked at God and we looked at Buddha and we looked at all this stuff and we said, okay, that's all what love is. No, it's not love. It's not. Love is also not enough what you give.
And religion can never tell you anything because religion is a system. So
exactly,
you need to have the connection to your version of God or Buddha or whatever it is that connects to
Beautiful.
you. In a direct line, there's no third parties needed for these things.
Exactly.
And these third parties for me are the issue. And to be fair, everybody's going on about America, poor America, blah, blah, blah. But how much of what is creating the fear is the real story? And how much is the third party, the media, that is creating little narratives which everyone else falls in? That once again, that's a system, because the media, the more anguish and the more fear and the more uproar it can create by article headlines or bullshit articles, the better for them, because now they can have more money or more attention. We've spoken about this as
Yeah.
well, as attention being
It's worthiness. It's not worthiness. Attention is not worthiness, because you are the president of the United States today. Tomorrow you're done. What president of the prime minister of England? You're done. Where's Tony Blair? I'm sorry. I mean, where are these people? It's a temporary, short time money grab or whatever, or power grab, and then it's done. Nobody needs you. The next one, give me. You know, with the artist average today, the average artist's lifespan, or what do you call that? Halftime, a nuclear halftime is 6 months to a year max. So when you get up, they need already new one. And I just talked to in Black Dot. I just talked to a filmmaker, a young film student. I said, "How are we gonna make this when?" In the old time, there was not so much stimulation and so much what I could consume. We need to go to creation, not to consume. And I said, how can we create a story that somebody, not our age, I'm talking about young, a young kid, your kids, want to sit 2 hours and see a movie, unless it's not what everybody watches, like Star Wars or something,
Yeah.
So how can we make the new medium? That's the creativity that needs to come out of us. How can we create a new version of film? And in Hollywood, Michael Bay just said how hard it is. He cannot get greenlit. Michael Bay, the guy that did all these huge movies, he cannot get he did a documentary right now.
Yeah.
Because he can't get any thing, because Hollywood is down because of all this, what's happening. And they're not green lighting any. If it's not guaranteed, see, this is the system. I'm going to make a film that is guaranteed me that people come and I get my money back. But that's why it costs billion money, and I must need to billion there. And it's dependent on not how good the movie is and how many people it transforms, but it's just made how much money I waste, and then the next one. And everybody lives in short time abundance, so if I can make a short time, I just take all that money, and as long as I can, because it's fight flight again. As long as the money comes in, I'm taking what I can. And then I think it's not about, hey, let's dance with each other, let's have a beautiful long dance, not just a just in out,
Yeah, which is kind of what's the word? Gratification, delayed gratification is something that I think, as this new generation comes up, everything's there quickly. The YouTube shorts are 60 seconds. The information, whether it is real or not, is fast. So to have them practice that delay is quite a nice thing for me to get them aware about, to tell them about delayed gratification. Or if you put something in, sometimes you just have to hang back. Maybe you don't eat all the sweets today. Maybe you realize that I can have some tomorrow as well, or whatever it is. Tell me quickly. So we are talking about systems and all kinds of stuff, but something that's really come up on my feed, which I haven't actually mentioned or chatted about to anyone with, is
beautiful. I love it. Challenge me.
This new discovery under the pyramid in Giza. They've discovered that the pyramid is actually just a little, part to the top. There's 2 kilometers worth of cylindrical things.
It's energy. It's an energy.
Yeah. So, I mean, isn't this what we should be talking about? Like, this is bigger stuff than...
People are not interested because they're so afraid that they can't even handle their regular life. They're so afraid.
What are they afraid of? They're afraid of the perceived threat of a political system, losing their social security, money, things that actually mean nothing, though, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is also, they're so overwhelmed and so systemically stressed,
Mm.
That if you say, and it's going to come, that we will realize that there is very shortly, it's already here. For you and me, it's already here, that the aliens are here, right? And it doesn't matter. It has no impact on me if aliens are here or not. It's another living being. It's a part of nature, the universe.
Yeah.
It's the thing of the whole, of the one.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be aliens if it wasn't for the one. See,
Yeah.
God is not just for humans. That's not. He's here if we want to see the big one, right?
Mm.
It's our universe. And it might have been, what's so funny? These aliens might have been created by the creator species of nature, by humans. We might have created under the thing what we wish so much. The energy, for example. We have brownouts. We have, it's all, it's a utility, but the top charges people and whatever. And this is perhaps what we created. We don't know. I don't know anything
maybe they
about
created us. We know nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really.
No, nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of our conversation.
Yeah.
Because we're not coming to, I'm the expert. I am the authority. I'm no authority. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But I know how to dance with Michaell and I dance and see what comes up, because it's wonderful always what every episode is deeply enriching, and fulfilling too.
Yeah. Yet, we keep coming back to this system thing. And I wonder if we can break free from it in a way that we can kind of just touch more on humanity.
Yes.
What is humanity? What is, because this is what I'm lacking. I'm struggling, really struggling, readjusting to life here, which is supposed to be.
It's more systemic.
It's
Is
not
England
systemic. It's just completely isolated. Every person here is isolated in their little world. I choose to live isolated in a way, physically, in a very rural area. But then I think back of home and where I grew up. My grandmother used to live on a small holding or a farm 20 kilometers outside of a town. And when you go into town, you say, you are connected to the people. I went for a walk on Friday because I'm trying to walk now every day. And I'm walking down this trail. People do not even look. They are not aware of another person in their space. Isn't that the point of our existence? Is to dance, is to greet each other and to see each other.
Always flow. Always
Yeah.
movement flow. Always movement flow. Not just saying.
If we're walking with eye flaps on through all of our lives, like it's not a way to live, surely. And then we wonder why we're out of touch with the environment and whatever, but we can't even see
Everything else.
Yeah. I think I'm losing.
Not even in touch with ourselves. Self and with others, and of course, because environment is secondary according to system. System is get as much as you can, which is systemic. Self-awareness is the human-centric thing. Get as much as you want is the system relevant. See, the reverse system relevant awareness is because your spirit will grow if you're a millionaire, if you're fame. And we know from so many millionaires, billionaires, that it has nothing changed. They have the money. This was just the false hope, the false promise. If we, like, they expect that the president will win everything. No, and it's not, the Democrats or the Republicans. It's not the Tories. It's nobody. It's just not. And the labor, it's not an exchange. It's not either or. Because it's generalized. There is probably a lot of Democrats that are good, a lot of Republicans, but there are also bad ones.
As well as another politician, Michael, because I'm sorry to say, but politicians all have one thing in mind, and that is to play the puppetry, to put up the
puppetry.
Yeah.
I sent you that one thing with the media where the CBS just changed the media stuff.
Yeah.
How this is, and you know why? I can know exactly, because the manager says we get ratings. We need to get ratings. Do this, do this. It's not always more and more and more. It's never enough, never enough, never enough. And people then start risking. If they get away once, they get away twice, and that they get, if you steal once, you get away. You steal it twice. You just pretend. You just manipulate the system in some way or other, either puppetry or you steal or you pretend, and it's all. That's why I love the word of transparency, because transparency is the system element, being real,
Yeah.
But I love that, because how can you, in a system, I say a human alone can be a liar, cheater, whatever, but a system is made by human, that human trust the system, rely on that system. That's what it's made for.
Yeah.
But we talked about the horses, right?
Yeah.
So when they give us the horse, they trust you and me to take care of the horse, not to pretend. And because we have to cut costs, because financial principle says it's never enough, and we have to cut costs. Now we cutting all the money down, and we actually castrate our own passion that we have for horses, and actually hurt horses and hurt the customer. This system cannot work. It's never enough, and cut costs. That can never work. When somebody comes to me, I want to do a business, I said, okay, and I know already every business you start, unless you do, human-centric business, you take care of somebody or whatever. But every business you start in the business world, the systemic world, is prone to fail. Is prone to self-destruct.
Well, I don't know.
If it's not human-centric,
I mean, the Wisdom Seeker Society is a business.
That's human-centric.
It is human-centric. There is an exchange. Money is one of the exchanges of that. What makes it successful? The fact that it is ongoing. It will never. Will it ever be enough? Yes, it will be enough one day when. No,
it's already enough. I mean, look at the abundance that you have. Look. It's not about money. Abundance is not just about money.
No.
It's anything. It can be a gift. It can be an emotion. It can be.
Yeah.
I mean,
fulfillment. I know we don't like. I don't really like the word fulfillment, but it is. It's part of that
expression of humans.
Yeah.
Humans express their perspective. I think that is very human-centric. I mean, I feel super rich just talking to you on this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not. That's why we get caught. It's about we don't make money. That's what artists get. They have this magical time with other artists who are by themselves, and then they go out and nobody buys the book. Nobody buys the painting. And what they do, and I coach the artists always about that. I said, you can't. That's why you say the pass, the long pass. The long pass is not because it's long. It's living life and actually taking life in step by step versus focusing on the outcome, the result, the end, and the end is never fulfilling. It's never. We know that. I mean, you win the Olympic medal, it gives you one high and then one super low because you haven't enjoyed the joy of the path. The path is the joy, not the end. This is so wrong. The end is a high point. The end is like you win whatever. It's a high point. It goes like up. But there
is no end. And we've spoken about this before. The kind of the finite and infinite game. If we see life, which it makes a lot of sense for me personally. I don't know how others feel about it, but as this process is an infinite process, it's an infinite game. There are really no rules, the infinite game.
We make the rules.
We are guidelines, maybe, but
rules are guidelines.
When we are connected to each other, when we can see each other, then a lot of those things that we are seen as rules are just not relevant to us in any case.
Yeah.
But in that infinite game, there's no end. There's no achievement. There's the moments in the sun or the playing with the children at the ocean, or the having a glass of wine next to the fire with an old friend, or those are the good life bits.
Even
Not
alone, having a glass of wine in front of the fire alone is even good.
yeah,
With
yeah,
your dog, with
yeah,
your with an animal, with your
yeah.
cat, you know,
But
with your
these are the
chicken.
simple things. There's no trophy needed for it to be.
Yeah, yeah. You're not like, okay, I enjoy totally here, but I would love to have the Olympic medal. For what?
I don't want
It's
an
yeah,
Olympic medal for
that's
what?
a system. Do you understand,
Yeah.
Michelle? That's just a symbol reversed engineered from symptoms that you are good. You get a reward, but basically a
But
reward
these
is,
days, yeah, these days you pay someone money so that
and
you
you get a
can
reward. Yeah,
so you can get an award. What the hell is that all about?
yeah,
That doesn't make sense. So you're not, but still, I'm going to tell everybody how proud I am now of this award I bought.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lie again. A lie.
yeah,
We coming always again the pretending and the lie, and also selling out of yourself because it's not you. You didn't win the award. You bought the award, and
yeah,
that's why it's so dangerous. I think I have to. You know, I did a couple of papers on money and value.
yeah.
I gotta go over them because I feel you can't exchange. It's such a thing of the energy, vibration of money. It's
Mm.
dirtying love. It's dirtying the vibration of money, and I see that like we get further away from the value. We get further away from money. We get further away from love by system relevant making love reverse engineered. We get away from love because love is when you sit by the fire with a glass of wine
Mm.
with your kitty, and
Mm.
you sit there and you just say, "Wow,
Yeah,
wow!" It's just it's. I mean, I wake up at 3 o'clock usually in the morning and start writing
yeah,
because so much comes in and it's so fulfilling. It is so aware, and you know what comes out for me all the time. And it's not me; it just comes through me, and I'm so honored that it comes through me. I'm not like, hey, Michelle, come on, pay up. I'm going to give you all that wisdom. Come on, you know. This is like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so it doesn't. As an artist, you know it comes through you, and
Mm.
you're honored that it comes through you. You like, you know, and it
But
comes through
there's
all
no,
of people.
yeah, and the thing is the expectation, and I think this is another wonderful point of our education system that I have a problem with, is that the children are taught extrinsic measures. You know, you get a badge. Oh, you did something nice. There's your badge, or there's your certificate. So there's nothing of, I really like what I wrote. And it is not about what the
Yeah,
teacher said or the whoever else said. There's a level of judgment that we need to let go of as we grow up. Like that bit of there's so much we need to unlearn from the education that we are told is so important for us. But it really messes with our heads around our own value systems, you know, how we express ourselves, all of that.
yeah. And
Yeah,
we are collective creator species of nature, and we
yeah,
always forget that. And it's everything is created. Every Elon Musk, all the the stuff there, everything is whatever we created. New York, London, all we created all that.
mm,
So we are a creator animal. We are not somebody that is passive, thinks only, thinks and doesn't experience. That's why they're so good. That fire and the kitty and the wine is
yeah,
such a good metaphor, because if you haven't experienced, how can you verbalize or with knowledge explain that impact that has on you? It has a different on me. You know what?
yeah,
It just it can't. We need to stop generalizing. We need to say everybody's one-on-one. What heals you kills me. What it's. I talk to doctors all the time, and they get it now. They start getting it. They say, yeah, actually, when I think about it, I
mm,
was by this scheme, and when I think about it now, I see that everybody's different because I gave that person this medication, and then I get the other person this medication, and they totally reacted differently.
yeah,
That one lost all the weight, and other had energy, and the other one didn't do anything, got worse.
Mm.
Why? Not because it's because everybody's one-on-one. You need to see the perspective that we are one-on-one to create the one. We are one-on-one to actually get clear, aware. And most people, when you generalize, you get unaware. You get segregated and unaware.
And I was on a call earlier today, and about what is a good life? What do we see as a good life? And someone said something very much to this point, and then it was a real kind of yes. How do we create places, or where are spaces without judgment? They're usually places, according to her, was usually places where there's pain. The emergency room at the hospital, there's no judgment there, or at a funeral or somewhere like that. And it came back to, the only way we can be in a space of no judgment is if we experience the world. The only way I can't judge you is if I know I've experienced things for myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's the true empathy. That's like you have lost a child, let's say, and I've lost a child, right? And so we have a natural connection. And I see this with other people too. So with you, for example, because you're an artist and I'm an artist, there's so much there where we are connected. We are connected by our creation. Even though you create completely different than I, even if you are different than I, but this is what I'm saying, the oneness. We grab the oneness of creativity through each other, and not saying, I know how to do the thing, and then you said, no, I know how to do art or create. Yeah. No, it's not about that. We all create. We are collective, collaborative creative species. Yeah. We all create, and everything is valid. There's not good, bad, right, wrong. Yes. Everything is valid. Even if you hate it, it's valid because you hate it. It's the worst music I've ever heard. Is exactly here that you can actually see that you don't like that.
Yeah. Because there's connection though.
Yeah. So
it all goes back to connection. If I can connect with you, and this is where systems, and to be honest, I'm actually thinking that, human centricity and system relevance are also systems. So if we go completely out of that, and go, the only way that these systems can control and segregate us and, divide and conquer is by showing us our differences. And now we need to really look at, okay, where are our connection points? Because they're all different, because we're all different, but we are still part of the one. We are
the conscious, the consciousness.
We are expressions, individual expressions of this huge collective zeitgeist.
You have such a courage. I love your courage of saying we don't need, these are all systems. I agree. I agree with you 100%, but not to say, no, it's not right. No, but how do you get, because you and I are in singularity doesn't mean, and that's not system singularity. We are in singularity as thing, because you and I have a perspective that is a singular perspective. There's no right, wrong, good, bad, whatever. It is. It just is. Now, how to get to that? And I think to get to that is to know the system relevance and the human centricity, and see that this what the things are. Oh my God, my neurodiversity. What are the qualities of system relevance, and what are the system relevance exists in, by the way, in our system. So we need to update him and make him now, because system relevance also draws you in the past and the future. It does everything that is not human-centric. It just segregates us. It draws us in the past and future. And also it is a pretend, because it's not now. So if you say, oh, gay people are horrible, blah, 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 blah. And now the world is already conscious enough that to say, no, gay people are fine, not the whole world, but so this consciousness has taken hold. So you have to, I think, balance is the key, right? We know balance is the key. So it's not so, bad is not good, good and bad doesn't matter. No, it's in the middle. It's there, and it is there to put you in balance. And balance is the strongest thing in the universe, and it's the strongest energy in in nature. So in order to get to balance, which is the power, it's not the power over and the power under. So to get in balance and be aware of both sides, and not saying, I don't want to hear pain, I don't want to hear good. You want to hear all, so you can actually put in balance and get lift your consciousness.
Yeah.
The Fibonacci, what I said, the Fibonacci, if with balance, we get in the upward spiral. With just either or in the system relevant, we get in the circle, and we get, and history repeats itself. 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah.
Yet I feel that we're in a space, because it's so technology driven. We have such access to so much information that we also have to be aware of our own nervous system and how much we need of this information, because we know nothing, and neither does the people that are telling us these things.
Exactly. And technology doesn't know either. Technology
No.
is not a consciousness. Technology is not conscious.
No,
So,
but there's access through technology. There's access to all information, and a lot of noise, and a lot of segregation, and a lot of fear, and a lot of. So sometimes to keep that balance and find the equilibrium is to really go to the river and just for
yeah.
me be on my own, but to step away is also a balance sometimes.
Oh, it's what you say, the silence, what you say,
Yeah.
all the stuff. Yeah, because you have a very strong thing to power, because you're a powerful woman, and you're a human, and you go, you're drawn very much to that balance. But I'm too. I'm very I like humans and I'm social, but I'm not going to a party. I'm not going to a party to go to a party. I'm going to a party because I met Michaell there.
Yeah.
Not it's human. It's all human-centric for me.
Yeah.
So, and that brings me also. For example, now I go to bed at latest at 8. But I get up at 3.
Yeah.
So I'm not have no desire to go out. I cannot get what I get when I go to bed at 8 and wake up at 3. I cannot get that from any party. That for me, the key word is growth. I'm here to grow as a vehicle that lets stuff through.
Yeah.
And I want to grow.
And even that we all do differently. I mean, I love to dance,
yeah.
and I went out on my own the other night in a town where I don't even know, and I just went and found music and danced. But that is part of that one of oneness. How do we remind ourselves as often as possible that we are one of one, so that we can get in touch? Because for me, movement is quite important right now.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if you just walk,
Yeah.
you don't have to dance, but even if you just walk, I walk every day.
Yeah. And for someone else, it's maybe not, maybe they need to think more or write more, but to get in touch with ourselves so that we can see our interplay, our dance with each other in this bigger one.
Yeah, it just opens up. So when you see, I think when you are you, when you find you, your friends change. You become to the other thing. And when you find you, then it changed the whole thing. You don't care about this, you don't care about that. Which, I mean, I was still 50. I thought, I got to be the big checker. I'm going to be this and this and this and this. I've tried to be system relevant and all this stuff. Yeah. And there was an enlightening moment. And I didn't choose that moment. That came through me, where I said, I mean, literally, it was like a flip. And I said, wow. And I got it. I was conscious. When you're not conscious, you are system relevant. And this is the problem. We are so we got so conditioned, we self-conditioned ourselves so much to be system relevant, that, oh, you're a woman and I'm a male. Oh my God, that's just something, No, you're a human, and I think this is, and that's to see the difference between human centricity and system relevance allows us, and also it allows us to see the digital world, which is the least human centric. It is the least for your one-on-one, because I can just make up stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a brilliant place to stop. Because
Perfect.
if we go into the digital world, then I'm going to get, because there's a lot going on in there.
I've never seen so many glitches since AI. I've never seen so many glitches.
Yeah. Michael, thank you. We will chat again next week.
Yeah. What is next week? Monday, right?
Yeah.